Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basic Butch Tarot. My name is Jennifer Rose and I am the head butch in charge here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. Today we're going to do a reading about the law of creation, which is the second of 7 laws of karma, the law of creation. I was supposed to have released this reading last weekend, but I was just not energetically inclined to do the read, and now with the landmark with the landmark decision handed down by the Supreme Court of the United States, I understand why I couldn't bring my energy out of talking about Roe v. Wade. So I'm going to let this energy just kind of flow through the cards as it may. I am pro-choice all the way, and this is a huge blow to millions of us in this country. I just think that this is the time for metamorphosis, and I think that we're going to see some really positive stuff come out of this in the end. However, there's going to be a struggle, okay? So do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself right now, which is the only thing you have control over, okay? Take care of you. Continue to go down your path of how you take care of yourself, heal yourself, and, you know, if you want to participate in something to help further this along, to help codify Roe, or, you know, to get out there with signs or to try and change people's minds, that's great. But make sure that you are doing that after you've taken care of yourself. All right, so the law of creation. So this is about manifesting. It's obviously about, you know, like physically creating, as I was talking about Roe v. Wade. And, you know, so say for instance, I'm going to read here for a minute. You know, the law of creation says life does not happen by itself. We need to make it happen. And so I was just kind of on the social medias and looking around at what people were saying about this decision that came down through SCOTUS today. And I saw a lot of people from the area that I live in, which is Arkansas. And I believe that we just made abortion illegal, which is the most insane shit I've ever heard of in my entire life. But anyway, they were saying, you know, there were a bunch of people saying that they were going to move to the state of Washington. And I think that's a great idea. But remember, you can't just say, I want to move to the state of Washington and then just sit and hope that it happens. You do have to participate, and you have to create that pattern and that line of energy going forward for yourself so you can see that come into fruition. So again, we're talking about karma, creating a path so it will come back to you. So you may want to find a place to live. You may want to start researching neighborhoods. You may want to figure out how you're going to get there first. And, you know, like there's a million and one ways that you can help aid yourself getting to your end goal. But you can't just sit around and hope that it happens. I mean, I guess that you can, but you can understand that there's not a channel that you created for anything to come back to you, right? So, you know, don't remain stagnant. Know that you are the great creator. Like, you create everything. And if you're a woman, you literally create everything. You are in control of yourself, and that's the only thing that you can be in control of, okay? So create a good environment for yourself to live in. Create, you know, some happiness and some harmony and some peace, and share that with everyone else. Okay. The creation spread that I have for you today is 5 cards, and I promise I'm not going to ramble through it all. The first card that I'm going to draw is going to be the current energy of today. And I don't know if I said this already or not, but in case I didn't, I'm going to show you the card at the bottom of the deck. I'm using my Deviant Moon cards. I love these cards because it is the black and white of the issues, and then there's some color mixed in between. And that's kind of how I feel right now about a whole lot of things. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to draw today, as far as the law of creation goes, is the current energy. What is our current energy? The 5 of Pentacles. Oh, y'all. Let me see if I can get a little bit of glare off of that. So, whoo. Yes, so the first thing I saw was that eyeball looking at this person in the running around the alleyways. And first of all, you can see that this person is a white person. And I see that white being someone who's innocent, who's pure, who doesn't have any bad intentions. They kind of look sneaky, right? And they're even naked, and you can see their pointy boobs. But they are not necessarily up to anything that's, impure or illegal. And they're also running away from whomever's watching. And immediately when I saw this card, I thought of the church. You can see the stained glass here. And I'm Catholic, so I think of... I really think of church with this one, like the confession booths. It really looks like the church is watching out for you. And, so relate this into Roe v. Wade, like back alley abortions are going to happen. Like this is about healthcare. It shouldn't be that we have to sneak around, to get to our doctor, that we have to sneak around to get good healthcare, that we feel like we even have to sneak around, like that it's anybody else's business what we're doing out there, right? And then I really love this motion here on this card, and I'm going to put this card down, but it's kind of like made me think of like stealing a base in softball or baseball, like I'm running and you can watch me go, but you're not going to catch me. And just that idea of being watched. So yeah, the current energy is, there are some states, I don't know. I think that there's like bounty on women's heads that leave the state and come back for abortions. Like, I don't know, but the stealing away in the night shit, we shouldn't have to be doing that. But here we are, we're out there doing it, and a big old eyeball watching us, always being watched over. So this is our current energy right now. And yeah, buddy, it is. So, and I do want to say that Pentacles is about health, wealth, finances. It's about your physical possessions, and my body is my physical possession, my possession and mine alone. So is yours. All right, so that's the current energy. We're feeling like we have to sneak around. We're feeling like someone's watching us. We're feeling like we need to take care of our health, wealth, finances, that we want to be, stable, but yet there's always somebody watching out and making sure you're doing the right thing, or ready to turn you in or squeal on you. Rat you out. Ugh. Okay, so the next card is what's blocking me. So what's blocking you from having limitless joy, limitless happiness, health, and wealth? What is keeping you from manifesting these things for yourself? Okay. And with this current energy, what's blocking you? Okay, well, what's blocking you is the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles again, health, wealth, finances, and your possessions. It looks like this vehicle is going in the same motion. It seems kind of like a monotonous little motion. It's in black and white, and they're kind of showing you like the same thing over and over again. And the Knight of Pentacles, as far as what the blockages are, our blockages are thinking that we need to do what we've always done as far as our health, wealth, and finances and our possessions are, to accept and to hold on to that idea that we will never get good health care, that we will never make more money, or we will never move up the chain in our business, in the corporations, like we will never have a fair and equal chance. Yeah, and this is in the moon, so the pentacles are in the moon, so it's a little bit emotional, and just kind of a dark, monotonous place to be in, right? So this is what's blocking us, and I think that what's blocking us is these old sense of traditions and these weird cultural things, like there's a weird cultural thing in rural areas. It's made me think of people with golf carts. Like they think they can just run their golf carts all over town because they just live from point A to point B, and it's just kind of like doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't matter who's going to be the mayor of your town. Those people with the golf carts are going to be there to say, hey, I'm going to drive my golf carts here if you whether you like it or not, because it's what I've always always done. So what's blocking us is not being able to see outside of this pattern. And, like we're just stuck. We're stuck in that suit of armor. We're stuck in the roles that are being placed on us, and we're emotional about it. But look, we're steaming about it too. Like we're kind of mad about that, right? Some red hot pipes with some smoke coming out of it. So the blockage could be, yes, this is the time to be emotional, but we have to act. And we have to act outside of what we've always done, outside of that normal circular motion. So, we have to do something different. We have to really do something different, and we have to push forward some change. Okay. So that's what blocking us is we're still stuck in a traditional idea that we have to be this person to society, that women are just, birthing babies and that's all they're worth. That's all we are. And as soon as we menopause, or as soon as we, have to medically have a hysterectomy, like that means that we're less than somehow in society. Like that just doesn't make any sense. So, the blockage is thinking that all of those ideas and situations that are placed upon us are okay when they're not, right? Our current energy says they're not. We shouldn't have to be running around trying to find healthcare for ourselves, mental health care, child care, any of it. We shouldn't have to do that. So what's blocking us is old traditions and just doing the mundane over and over again. Maybe we just can't even see a way out of that circle, right? So when will it get better? When will it get better? When will it get better? It'll get better when we take the bull by the horns. That's the first thing I saw when I turned this over, the bull by the horns. Maybe it's because of the red, I don't know, taking the bull by the horns. There's also a rodeo this weekend. We've got to, okay. When will it get better? It will get better if we have to have better rulers. We have to have better organization. We have to have better information. We have to be able to take care of everyone. Like, look, so here is this King of Swords, holding and wielding this big old sword with this smaller person there who's holding onto the world. I think that this is just us kind of begging our leadership because that's what we're taught to do, right? Begging our leadership to make it better, to codify this federally. We look to them and, I can't help but notice that, I think this is kind of like the face of America, the last grappling of America. Like, when will it get better? It will get better when we start taking care of the earth, when we start heeding the information that's being given to us, and when we start doing the real fighting, like the real work on ourselves in the shadow, it will get better. It will get better when we start listening to each other. Like the King of Swords is someone who has all the information and they have the power, right? Like, so I don't know, maybe we don't want a government with this kind of power. Like the politicians are screwing everything up too, right? So maybe it is that how we, when will it get better? It will get better when we have better options of government and better options of someone who's in control of government. Better options on our the law of the land. I mean, like how we get the Supreme Court justices, and some things really need to be changed here. And I think it'll get better once we really do the work, right? Once we get out of this energy and we can push forward and do something differently, we can get rid of these old traditions, these old tried and true traditions. It's red, white, and blue even. That face is red, white, and blue. Yeah, but down here it doesn't look like we're doing a very good job, right? So when will it get better? It will get better when we all take care of ourselves, and when we demand other people to help me take care of myself, help me obtain, limitless joy, happiness, health, and wealth. That's when it will get better. Okay. Where can I go for support and guidance? Where is it that we can go for support and guidance while we're, making these changes, while we're looking inside so we can better look outside? Our example of who we are and how we react and what we say in the world, really makes a difference. And hopefully we can act in supportive and guiding ways for our peers and for our fellow humans that are around us and for our communities. So where can we go for that? Where can we go for that? Oh, wow. Okay. So, well, we have to dig deep. We have to dig real deep into our pockets, and we have to give. We have to give of ourselves. And I mean literal pockets. I mean, as far as money, we've got to give. Find an organization that is a trustful organization. Find an individual in your community that is trusted, who might have like an idea of how to get someone to a place if they need some medical care, some health care. This looks like an elder in the community, somebody who definitely has enough to share and is willing to share it. So, you can go to people who have been in the community for a while for support. And, don't go to a boss, go to someone that has the resources. Like right now, we have to pull out all the stops in order to, save what little we have left of our dignity after what happened today. And most of our country does not believe that Roe v. Wade should have been overturned. So this is a really huge deal. Okay. It doesn't even seem like enough to say it's a really huge deal, but, we can go to support. I think that there's many hands of support here, okay? And while it may seem like there isn't a lot of support out there for us, I think that if we're just willing to go out there and look for it, it will come to us. And this might be someone really popular. It could be like the mayor. It could be a senator. It could be, I don't know. It could be someone who runs a big company or a huge corporation like that are out there doing the thing. I will have to say that I read that Walmart was going to allow their employees to enlist the help of a doula for pregnant folks to help with birth. And I think that's amazing to have insurance cover a birth doula, So, and I don't know if I'm saying all that correct. I'm really just kind of melted in my head. So any people that work for Walmart that want to correct me on that, please do. But they're going to cover, insurance is going to have a birth doula. And I think that's amazing. So we can't overlook everyone. If we want change to happen, we have to first change ourselves. We have to get grounded. We have to really do the work this time. Not that we didn't do the work last time, but we really had to push forward with a mighty push, okay? And it may be that those people that you've been grumbling about, that you really don't like in your community, that now's the time that you have to take advantage of the resources. Like it's someone maybe even popular, someone who's on commercials. Go to them and ask them for help. Excuse me. I think I'll take a drink of water. So where can I go for support? Go to your community leaders, go to your community government, go anywhere, okay? Because we just need to start talking about this in the open. It would be really great if we could talk about this outside of the dark shadows, right? Like this is not a dark topic. It's really just about healthcare, and we have to be able to discuss this a little bit more, right? Our lack of discussing politics and religion has gotten us into a bad place here where we can't even have a discussion with one another. So here we are, the law of creation. How do we push forward, though? How do we push forward? We will we are going to see rewards and results from how we use our energies right now. So it's really, really, really important that we get grounded and that we really think about what we lend to the universe as an individual and how we can help, push an agenda forward. How can we help people see different ways of doing things? Okay. I just felt it on my heart to, say that. My guides have been very active today, by the way. So how to push forward. Okay. So we're going to push forward by taking a rest, okay? We really need to sit back, hang out, see what else they're going to pull out. Because the Roe v. Wade thing isn't the first hit that we're going to take, okay? There are other things that they're going to get us on, okay? Or they're going to attempt to get us on. I have hope that somewhere all of the shit that we've been talking about taking away, rights of the LGBTQIA community to, to annul all of our weddings and all that kind of stuff, like, it's just crazy. So I'm really hoping that those 3 swords are not, new laws that are going to come into effect that we had to think about. But here we are teetering on all of this information, just sitting there kind of waiting it out, seeing what happens, because I think if we have a knee-jerk reaction to this, now of course we're going to have a knee-jerk reaction to this. It's happening right now, I promise. We're going to have a knee-jerk reaction to this, but do we have a plan? Like, do we have a plan to go forward? Like, we need to take some time and take a rest. We need to know we need to put forward the things that we know that we're shitty at, right? The things that are not our best parts of us, okay? So I think we need to open up some lines of communication, but we also need to just hang back and see what the hell is going to happen from here, and then use the information that's given to us. Like, we're literally sitting on the information and resources here, and we are completely and totally protected. We are underground, and we are surrounded by roses, okay? So we're underground. Things are still growing underground. Our minds are growing. Our hearts are growing. We may even be growing a little bit impatient. So it's just time to take a rest, to chill the fuck out for right now and really get a good plan going, okay? If just like 5, leaders in our community came up with some ideas and put them out there as to how to go forward, we really need a way to talk with one another and include everyone in the new going forward. So we need some time to think about this and to plan our attack. Like our swords. The swords is the information. It's how we communicate, and it's quick and it's powerful and it's sharp and to the point. So I think that that's where we're at. What we need to do to push forward is we just need to push forward by taking a rest and taking in all the information and then putting our best foot forward, but not this foot forward, y'all. Like, we cannot have this energy continue. So, law of creation, life doesn't happen by itself. We need to make it happen. So, yeah, I don't know if that was a complete read. I really have a whole lot of my guides coming at me. I hope that this strung together in some way, shape, or form for you all watching it. And I appreciate you out there. Just know that there's support for you. And, just hang tight, okay? We got this. Take that 4 of Swords energy, okay? And use that for your communication. Figure out a new way that we can communicate with one another. Like, this is underground. So an underground communication, like, how can we, make these plans without people coming after us? Like, without people putting a bounty on our heads? But just remember, like, you're underground, but you're protected, right? The swords aren't getting to you. It's not getting to you. Everything is coming up roses as a matter of fact. So I like that too. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button on this video and give me a comment. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you think of all this stuff. Like, I understand that there are some people in support of what happened today. And I'm not trying to take away some kind of triumph for you, but there's no triumph there. You just really took away rights of every woman in the United States with your beliefs and your unhealed traumas. So we have to find a way collectively to go forward to heal the traumas in all women, everyone included, not just white women, not just straight women, all women. We got to go forward, y'all. But we will. It's gonna take some push and some effort. We got this. We got this.